Hello everyone! I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm here to do an updated Shop My Stash. I actually missed last month's, so I have quite a bit of makeup that I've just been like pulling out and putting here in my vanity that I'm ready to put away and get out some new stuff for the fall. Fall is my favorite season. I just love it. So anyway, I'm gonna go through this, put it away, and pick out some new stuff. I'm gonna try not to mouth breathe too heavily. I am getting over a cold, so I'm gonna try and avoid doing that. But let's get started. I can put away my L'Oreal True Match Foundation, my Merit Stick Foundation. I'm gonna leave out these two things. I'm trying to finish them. I'm gonna put away my Charlotte Tilbury Mini Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Oh, of course there's a fly in here. Ugh. A Morphe Coconut Bliss Setting Mist. I ended up using my Tom Ford lipstick last month. This is the shade N2 Dulce, and this is about as dark of a lipstick as I will wear, and it's so beautiful. I really loved it. Here's another lipstick I rarely wear. This is from Wayne Goss, and this is the shade Carnation. I really like it on myself, but again, it's just not something I wear very often. Let me see, did I actually wear this? This is the shade Velvet Teddy from MAC, which is beautiful. I think I did wear it one time. Yeah, I'll put it away. From Lisa Eldridge. This is the balm version of her lipstick, and this is the soft pink called Epinouille. This is very pretty. I can put this away though. I actually don't think I wore this from Nabla. I really like it. This is the shade Luz in their Beyond Jelly lipstick. All right, so I'm gonna leave that out. I can put my CoverGirl Yummy Gloss away. I don't think I wore this one from Kopari, so we're gonna leave that out. I know I did wear this. This is the shade Cherry Luster in the Revlon Shine formula. This, normally a shade I would run away screaming from, but actually, since it's so sheer, I'm gonna swatch this one. I can make it work. So you could see, nice and sheer and easily wearable. I keep leaving these products out hoping I will use them. I didn't actually use this Maybelline Superstay, so I'm going to leave that out. I had also pulled out this lip gloss from Pat McGrath. I think I did use it, but I'm going to leave it out. I'm not done with it. This is one of the kind of sparkly ones. This is the shade Earth Angel. Moving on to some of the drawers. If I end up using any potted shadows, I'll often put them in here, and I think I did use some. So from Colourpop, oh my, this is so old, and I cannot believe that it is still creamy and nice. You can see it started to crack up a little bit, and I just kind of smush it back down in there. This is the shade Koosh, and it's a lovely cool toned silvery shade. The reason why I think I still have this one is because this is one of the ultra metallics, not the ultra glitters. The ultra glitters, even if I use glitter glue, will get all over my face, whereas the metallics do not. And this has lasted an amazing long time. So yeah, stayed in my collection. I enjoyed using it. I also used this little mini from Laura Mercier. This is the Caviar eye stick in the shade Au Naturel. It is the perfect, barely there, and yet kind of sophisticated looking cream eyeshadow. There's something about this shade. I really, really like it. And I used to have this in a project pan, and I actually took it out of the project pan because I didn't want to finish it. So I just got a little bit left of this. That little nub on the end is all that's left, and I'm still really enjoying what I have left. Okay, this drawer is blush. This month I used my Lancome blush. This is the shade Miel Glacé, and it is a perfect everyday shade. I really enjoy it. I actually have a lot of perfect everyday shades in here. This month I was using a lot of them. This is from Merit. This is the shade Beverly Hills, which I adore. Oh my goodness, every time I use this, I love this so much. I was really late to the game on this. By the time I found mine at TJ Maxx, these were already discontinued. So sad. But this is the shade Seychelles. If you're into nude glowy blush and you happen to see one of these at TJ Maxx or something, I would grab it. It's stunning. Every time I use this blush from Sydney Grace, I'm reminded how glorious it is. This is the shade Dreamy. The reason why I like it so much is because it's so thin. And it's got a lot of good pigment to it as well. Top of mine looks funny because I was using it with a brush, but my goodness. I keep telling myself I need more shades of this. I haven't done it because I'm so low on space, but I would use them if I had them for sure. Here's another neutral blush. This is the shade Baroque from M Cosmetics. This is a beautiful baked formula. This shade is really light, so I would suggest it for fair to light skin tones, but I really like it. It's beautifully glowy. Another really good everyday blush. Oh, I had another one from M Cosmetics in here. This is the Pillow Plush Blush in Peanut. This is one of those fun squishy blushes from CoverGirl. This is the classic shade Soft Mink. I actually really like this. This is another glowy beautiful everyday shade if you can tolerate the scent, because this is very scented. Let's see, this one from Clinique. This is actually my only shade in this formula from Clinique. This is the shade Colourpop, and all of the other shades in this range are quite light, and so I remember I got this one at TJ Maxx as well. I remember when I got it thinking that this would be pretty sheer. This is actually pretty pigmented, which I had forgotten when I tried it again this month. I'm trying to decide if I should keep this. It's definitely a unique shade in my collection. I have to be quite careful though when I use it, otherwise I look a little bit crazy. Revlon powder blush. This is the shade Apricot, and if you're someone who's on a budget but you're still looking for a good blush, this is actually one of my top recommendations. It's very silky, not too pigmented. I feel like it's one of those hidden drugstore gems. People mention them from time to time, but not very often. From MAC, this is the Glow Play Blush in Blush Please. There's another shade of this I use way more often, but this is another really pretty one. And lastly in here, I have my Almay blush in the shade Nearly Nude. And the train's going by. We'll just ignore it and keep going. This is another really good drugstore blush. I've been talking about it for I think all 5 years that I've been on YouTube. Well, maybe not all 5 years. I don't think I've had this blush that long, but it has been several years at this point. It's glowy, but not too glowy. It's really nice and silky. You can tell it's just, it's a really beautiful formula, just in really cheap packaging. So if the packaging doesn't bother you, and if you can find this product and you like neutral blushes, I really recommend this one. All right, moving on. All right, here we are with bronzer and highlighter. I was using my MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter. It's been around for years and I still love it. If you like a really glossy cheek, I do recommend this one from L'Oreal, the Lumi Le Glace. I have the shade Glassy Pearl Eclat. Another classic from Bobbi Brown. I just have a little mini. This is Pink Glow. It makes me laugh because when I first got my channel, I had a really large, I had like a standard version of this one, and I thought it was too glittery. And I gave it to my sister. Well, now I love it. But the mini is perfect for me. I definitely don't need the big one. Here's an old highlighter from Becca. This is the shade Royal Glow. It is a little bit on the toasty side for my complexion, but if I'm light-handed, I can make it work, and I think this is so beautiful. And then I was using my two RMS bronzers. First, the Buriti bronzer. This one's the pressed oil that has kind of a reddish base. And this one is the Hydra bronzer, and I have the shade Beach Walk Betty. Ooh, just doing a little bit of cleanup here on my vanity. This is my Salt New York bronzer I'm trying to finish. I had it out of my vanity. I'm gonna put it back in the bronzer drawer because I am trying to finish it. I did have a couple of single shadows that I used this month. Look at this beautiful green. This is from Sydney Grace, and this is the shade Evergreen Dream, which, I mean, holy cow. This is also from Sydney Grace. This is a matte in the shade Hammock Time, which their mattes are so pigmented and silky. Oh, that's lovely. All right, palettes. I had quite a few pulled out. I had this one that I was traveling with. This is from Milani. This is the Gilded Mini in Whiskey Business. I go back and forth on this one because I actually really like it, but I also have a Charlotte Tilbury palette that is kind of close, and I do prefer the shades in the Charlotte Tilbury. But at the same time, they are slightly different. So at the moment, I'm going to hang on to both of them. But this was actually really nice for traveling. Used my Hourglass face palette a ton. I actually went to a Renaissance fair, and I remember I was wearing this palette on my face. The look turned out really pretty. Sydney Grace Luminous Light palette. You know what? I actually don't think I used it. I'm going to put this back to make sure I use it this month. I did use my Makeup Forever palette. This is the one that has blushes and highlighters. I didn't use any of the blushes, but I did use several of the highlighters, including this very glittery one down here. I think I wore it to a party. Do you remember which party? No, but I remember that was fun. Otherwise, I tend to stick to these two shades. I've had this out for a few months and been really enjoying it. Again, from Sydney Grace. This is the Tiny Marvels palette. This is such a fun one. I've really enjoyed having it out, but I think I'm ready to put it away for now. I've also had this one out. I'm not ready to put it away yet. This is also from Sydney Grace. This is the Cozy Cafe palette. So far, I have used the middle row, and then, like, I think I've used these two shades from the top row, but I really want to do some full-on looks with the top and bottom shade rows, so I'm going to leave this out again. A couple more I'm going to be leaving out. I'm going to leave out my Urban Decay Naked palette, as well as my Aspen Ovard from Tarte. I'm rather annoyed with myself. I really wanted to use this at the end of August. This is from Kaleidos. This is the Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise palette. However, we are continuing to have warm weather here in the fall, so I'm gonna try and make myself remember that I have this palette pull to use. All right, let's get into some new things that I'm going to be testing. I did pick up the new Hourglass palette. These are palettes that I do use, so I'm willing to spend money once a year. And this time I got the lightest one. Well, I shouldn't say this time. I always get the lightest one. I've used a couple of shades in here. I think this is the lightest palette that I've actually used from them. I would definitely only recommend this for fair to very light skin, especially with this bronzer over here. I think the bronzer is really, really light. So, you know, in case you are wondering about this palette, that would be my recommendation. I was absolutely thrilled to find this. Oh, hello, there's me at TJ Maxx. This is from Laura Mercier. They have absolutely glorious blushes. And this is the shade All That Sparkles. I cannot wait to test this. And then someone gave me a bunch of samples. They must have gotten some sort of a gift with order type thing, and I got a whole bunch from them. So I'm excited to try this. I've actually never tried this liquid blush from Say. This is the shade Chili, which I've heard a lot of people talk about this shade, but I was actually a little surprised when I swatched it. It is way more pigmented than I was expecting, but I'm excited to try it. And then they gave me these two little mini powders. I don't wear a ton of powder, but these are adorable, and I think they'd be fun to travel with in case I do want powder. So this one is just the Translucent Crystal. Don't mind the giant nail gouge there. That was my fault. I thought that there was plastic on the top, and that happened. But it actually feels really silky, and I just gouged my nail in it again. Oops. But anyway, I'd be interested to try. And then this little mini one from Milk. This is the Pore Eclipse Matte Translucent Setting Powder. So we'll see. And then when I ordered my Hourglass palette, got this little mini. I also have never tried one of these before. This is their liquid blush in the shade Unreal, which this looks like a shade I can wear. So I'm interested to try that as well. All right, now we can go ahead and shop my stash. Okay, so here my foundation drawer. I've been kind of craving using my MAC Studio Radiance again, and then also I'm going to use my Erborian BB cream. Okay, here in my bronzer drawer and spray drawer, let's take the Lavender MAC Fix Plus, this one. And then as for bronzer, let's use this one from Physicians Formula, the Diamond Bronzer. And then also this one from NYX, this is the Buttermelt Bronzer. I have the lightest shade, this is the shade Buttercup. Okay, and then down here in my highlighter drawer, let's try this one from Clinique. This is the shade Starlit Glow, and this is lovely. This is one of those things I wasn't even looking to try, and I just swatched it and I couldn't help myself. I had to get it, and it's beautiful. And then for a cream highlighter, let's use this one from Tarte. This is the Maracuja Juicy Glow, and I have mine in the shade Pearlescent Glow. And then for something pink, let's use this one from Give Beauty. This is Platinum Cowgirl, and this is really pretty as well. It's a soft, lighter pink. All right, let's move on over to eyeshadow. Okay, this is my smaller eyeshadow palette drawer as well as my face palette drawer. I have a lot of eyeshadow pulled currently, so I don't need to pull a bigger palette. But as far as eyeshadow palettes, I've actually been thinking a lot about this one from Lisa Eldridge. This is the Fawn palette, and it's definitely for your basic everyday look, but I really like the formulas in here, so I'm gonna take this one. And then as far as a face palette goes, another product I've been thinking about a lot is this one from Auric. I have the light version of this palette, and I think it's lovely, and I can't wait to use it. Okay, in this drawer, I have a bunch of my lip products. I think I'm gonna take out one of my original Shine lipsticks. This is the shade Sparkling Honey from Revlon, and this is a beautiful everyday. Kind of got this in the back here, but I don't want to forget that I have this because I really enjoy this. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Glow Paradise in the shade Nude Heaven. Another really, really nice everyday shade. Then let me see. I have some shades from Clinique here. Let's use the shade Fuller Fig. I really like these crayons. I think that they're so nice. And I think I'm actually going to pull this Clinique gloss as well. This is the Black Honey gloss. It's got a fair amount of stickiness to it, which I actually like because it lasts longer on my lips. And that is a beautiful shade. Right now I don't feel like pulling anything else. If I do pull more lip stuff, I will show you in my update video next time. All right, and as always, I like to end it here at what I call the drawer of happiness, which is my blush drawer. I really need to do an organization / declutter video of this drawer. We'll see if I can get around to doing that this month. But in the meantime, I will try to make everything fit in here. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. I really, really appreciate you. This is always where I share my tea of the day. Today I am drinking this award-winning oolong tea from Taiwan. This tea is really beautiful. It's rolled up in these really pretty little dark green balls, and this is the kind of tea where the tea leaves are absolutely huge, so you have to make sure and use a tea steeper big enough for the leaves to unfurl to get the proper flavor. And this is one that you can steep again and again. It's really, really fun. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you again very soon in the next one. Bye.